up, guys? EP.4 here, and welcome back to All the Mods 10. Last time we left off, we were not in said location we are right now. Looks like I did a little bit of mining off camera, but actually I did. In case you guys didn't see, the other day I posted that I was live on Twitch. We were doing All the Mods 10, so if you want to make sure that you're there for the All the Mods 10 streams, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. Links down below. But we did a bunch of mining, we did a bunch of searching around, and we ended up finding this lovely location to live. So I've been working on building up this place ever so slowly. As you can tell, this entire flooring has been replaced with stone brick, which we were also working on stream for a good while. But there's a consistent problem that I keep running into that needs to be fixed today. And luckily for me, I can fix two of those problems in one go. Iron, which I'll explain that bad boy in a second, and coal, specifically charcoal. I keep running out of fuel because, you know, I'm constantly using it all the time. So I need a way to make it a little bit more efficient. And I thought, well, why don't I start my adventure into Create today? Now, Create won't be used for both of these farms, but it'll be used for one of them, specifically the tree farm slash coal farm slash charcoal farm. I'm going to constantly call it a coal farm. I know it's a charcoal farm, but just bear with me. And we're going to sleep really quick because it's nighttime. In case you didn't notice, I have night vision goggles now. I ended up finding these in stream. So these bad boys are amazing for recordings. However, not great for not knowing the light levels. As you can tell, it's very bright in here. But if I... Hey, I'm trying to explain stuff. Don't shoot me. Just burn and die. Just burn and die. Just burn and die. Just any day now. There you go. Good boy. All right. So, if I take these off, you can actually see it's actually quite dark down here, especially at night. This place is horrid. So eventually we're gonna fix this place up and make it not as dark. But for the moment, it's gonna stay that way. So there's a few things that I need to get a lot of these farms started. So for instance, what is this bad boy? Funny enough, I discovered this bad boy off stream. Not even on stream, I discovered it off stream. This right here is the Easy Villagers mod. This is the iron farm. Basically, and I didn't know I could do this, I can shift right-click villagers and pick them up. And I can throw them into these little machines here. And these machines act like iron farms, where basically, you know, an iron golem will spawn, as you saw a moment ago. It'll spawn eventually, it'll get thrown to the lava, they'll die, and then they'll drop a certain amount of iron and poppy. Now, I will state this farm is not fast by any means. It's not very quick. As you can tell, I only have 42 iron in here. And I do have quite a lot of iron because I've had this thing going for a little bit. As you can tell, I have 21 blocks of iron. But I'm going to need more throughout this series. And by God, this chest is absolutely filled compared to last time. And yes, I moved everything from the old house to this location now. So we have everything here. And it's all kind of nice and dandy and so on and so forth. But regardless, this sucker is a little slow. So I thought to myself, how do I make this thing a little faster? Well, why don't I just make more of them? They're not that hard to make. And as you can tell, if I go over here and type in iron farm, they're really not that hard to make. It's just 5 glass panes, 1 stone, 2 iron, and 1 lava bucket. And like I said, these things aren't that fast. So this is just going to be kind of a over time, we're going to get a lot of iron sort of situation. I don't need an absolute like crazy ton right now. As you can tell, I have 21 blocks, I have 47 ingots. I literally have about 22 stacks of iron right now. And I'm sure I'm going to need more throughout this Let's Play as we continue to play and do things and whatnot. So we're going to kind of commit some war crimes. I guess is the best way to state it. Because like I said, I need to put villagers into these. And I want to make 4 more of these. So we're going to kind of do a few things today that might be questionable. As, you know, just a human being, a little questionable. And we have a couple of fun surprises. So we're going to head over to Crikey's. Yes, this place. We're going to head here. And I actually need to steal some of these, if you don't mind. Oh, I didn't mean to steal your stairs, but I do need these quart blocks. And you'll see in a moment why I need these. So just, you know, bear with me as I completely destroy this guy's house. I don't need too many, but I do need at least like 6. There we go. Sorry, buddy. Didn't mean to destroy your house, but, you know, desperate times call for desperate measures. Oh my god, you're perfect. You're about to grow up. This is excellent. You're never going to fulfill your life. Oh, this is so good. Come here, good sir. Oh, come here. Thank you. Okay, I need 3 more. 1, 2. I'm trying to see the ones that are unemployed. They won't be missed. Come here. 3. I need 1 more. Ah, the final victim. Come here. Oh, these villages are about to be very empty with me around. Now that I know that this is a thing, I'm going to be one evil, evil man. But we got what we needed, and we can now head home. And God, I'm so happy I have a waystone. Oh, you have no idea. Having a waystone and having this warp stone, it's beautiful. And the Book of Knowledge I'll share in a moment, but don't worry. So we're going to build 4 more of these. We're going to connect them all up with hoppers, and then we're just going to have them all go into a chest. Very simple, not complicated at all, pretty straightforward stuff. So we're going to need some chests, which I don't think I can use these, actually, because these are the special oak ones that come with the sophisticated storage, I believe it's called. Yeah, sophisticated storage. Kind of acts like an iron chest substitute in a sense. In my mind, that's what it kind of acts like. So I'm going to need a couple of chests here. I'm going to need exactly 4. Excellent. Actually, no, I'm going to need 5. Because I need them for all the hoppers. Now, it's been a while since I made a hopper. Can I remember how to make a hopper? I think it's kind of like a shield. If I remember it like that and then chest. Or is it like that? There we go. Okay. I was close. I nearly remembered. I was very, very close to remembering how hoppers were made. All right. So, I'm going to need to pick this up. Luckily for me, this, the actual, what do you call it? The actual farm itself does hold onto the poppies and iron ore in it. Now, I don't really have a fully set location for this just yet. There really isn't anything, like, crazy with this currently. And like I said, it's very slow. So this isn't something that's gonna, like, you know, overflow over time or anything like that. Like, I'll definitely be able to catch it. But I will take these extra oak iron chests that I have. I will maybe set this up. I don't know. Like I said, it's not a big deal where we set it up right now. Let's set it up like right here for the moment. It's gonna look ugly, but that's okay. Sometimes things are meant to be ugly for them to be efficient. As you guys know, I am no builder. So if we do it like that, 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. And now we're gonna make the extra iron farms. So we're gonna need some lava, which luckily isn't too hard to obtain. We're just gonna need some extra buckets. And I think we should have enough. We need 5 buckets. Yeah, definitely enough. 5 of you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we can go and snatch some of our delicious, delicious lava. And luckily for me, I know exactly where lava is. It's actually near our temporary house that we lived in. And I'm probably going to hold on to this, actually. We still have our armadillo here, which we do need to move over. And we still have our enchantment table and stuff here. So we're going to move this stuff over at some point. I just haven't touched it. Just because it's still all set up. So I'm like, why should I bother ripping it apart if it's still good to go? Also, my running boots that I have now are making me crazy fast. I am so ridiculously fast. As you can tell, I mined some obsidian here a little while ago. You know, doing some small things off camera to make our lives a little easier on camera. All right, we got all of our lava. Like I said, this wasn't too complicated, but this is going to be very efficient in just giving us iron over time. And I'm sure once I check back on it at some point, it's probably going to be absolutely filled to the brim with iron. So let's get, I think we have sand, or we might have glass in one of these chests. Really need to sort these. Oh, I still have more panes. Excellent. Yeah, those are glass, and then we just needed iron as our last little line of defense to make the rest of these. I'm just gonna grab like 2 blocks. Let's break those. I didn't mean to grab this. Get in there. Okay, so lava, glass panes. Oh, not like that. And then what was the other one? Stone. Okay, stone was the last thing. So we just need some stone. Not too insane. And if we don't have enough stone, we could always smelt some. It's not going to take very long. Let's just put that there. But let me just double check and see if I have any stone anywhere. I was making a lot of stone brick, so it kind of makes sense that I didn't make like a bunch of regular stone. I don't have a silk touch pick or anything yet. I probably should try and get one at some point, just so life is a little bit easier on that front. But regardless, like I said, it's not going to take very long to make a bunch of stone. We're just going to need 2 more stone here, and we'll be good to go to make our little iron farm. Again, this probably goes against everything in the Geneva Convention, but that's, you know, fine. It's Minecraft. Committing crimes in Minecraft is okay. Don't quote me on that, but it's okay in my mind. So, let's make this. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can also tell which ones are what, too, which is very nice, because obviously we have our funny little friends. And we're going to throw all these bad boys in here. Excellent. All right. And then, funny enough, we could probably check at the end of the episode how much iron we got. Boom. And, like I said, easy enough thing to do is I just right-click to throw the villagers in. Boom, boom, and boom. Now, the one thing that I absolutely hate about this farm is the sound. The sound drives me mad. If I have to hear huh and every 2 seconds, I'm gonna lose my mind. But there's a solution that I found, which I'm very, very happy about. And it's called the sound muffler block. Ah, you beauty little bastard. I love you. You're gonna be great. So we just need to make a note block, which is very, very simple. 8 wooden planks and redstone. Very, very simple thing to do. Luckily, we actually still have the stone on, so we didn't have to. We didn't have to go crazy looking for it. So let's make a note block real fast. Boom. And now we just need to make a thing of wool. I don't think I have wool, but I definitely have string. So let me double check in here. There we go. Make some string into some wool. We put this together. We make a sound muffler block. And this will mute any blocks within the 8-block radius. Which means the moment I put this down, we will no longer hear this. In 3, 2, 1. Ah. Now that, my friends, that is peace. And yeah, like I said, at the end of the episode, we'll check back. So keep in mind right now, there is 46 iron. Actually, you know what? I'll just refresh this. I'll take this all out. I'll refresh it. And then by the end of the episode, we'll just see how much iron is in there. By us being around here, we should be able to get like a decent, you know, radius of how much is actually in there. Oh, we actually had an extra lava bucket. I didn't even realize that. Okay, that is fine. That is fine. That is fine. That means extra stuff, extra fun. So, what is the idea with the charcoal farm? Now, I've made these before. It's been a little bit, but there's actually a few more steps that I need for this one compared to last time. You see, that iron farm, making that was pretty simple. That wasn't too difficult. This one, however, is a little more complicated. Also, that is a fast zombie that is sprinting towards me. Hold up, I'm gonna have to deck this guy into schnoz. Oh, man. He's not dying either. He has resistance. Because of course he does. Why wouldn't he have resistance? And he has something blast related. Okay. Whatever. Regardless, I got some stuff, so that's great. Oh, there's more zombies still dying. Hey, guys. Hey, you can't get up here. Sorry. But anyways. Disregard the zombies burning in the distance. We're going to need a decent amount of items that are going to require some copper, some brass, and a few other things. So first off, let's look into the Book of Knowledge. So this is my book that I'm creating. My chest plate broke. Damn it. I just realized my chest plate broke. No! That's fine. That doesn't matter. But, so I have a few things that I've written down here. So I have Iron Farm with the sound muffler block. That's already done. We did that. I also have a ski lift to reach the surface, which is something I'll make at some point, where I'm going to build a ski lift using Create to go from, like, down here all the way up there and, like, up there and just all around the place. It'll be pretty cool once we get there. Nope, I need that back. That's my book. So, We have the tree farm and we have the charcoal farm. Now, why do I have this written here? Farmer's market equals aloe. Aloe equals slime. Slime equals glue. So, a major thing, and if you know Create, you'll know for sure what I'm talking about, is you need to glue everything together. A lot of these machines that you can create and function with sometimes need glue because they need to be stuck together and actually function. Now, there's a few other things that we're going to need, like a mechanical bearing, which luckily, even though it does show slime on it, doesn't require slime, lucky enough for us. But there are a few items that we need, specifically the mechanical saw, as you can tell with these iron plates, that we are going to need for this build that do require us to use glue to slam them together onto the machine. So how to make glue? Well, glue for us can be a little tricky. We don't have any slime, we don't have any resin balls, and we don't have any pink slime. We do actually have one slime ball, but that's not enough, clearly. We have two. So I was like, okay, there's got to be an alternate way to do this. And we could use aloe. Now, aloe is from Pam's Harvest Craft. We need 3 of them to make 1 slime ball. But I don't know how to get aloe. I was like, okay, I don't know how to get this. Aloe seed, I don't know where to find these. And then I saw this. The market block from Farming for Blockheads. This is going to help us get aloe, which in turn is going to help us get slime. Now, the market block is really easy to make. It just costs 1 red wool, which we can craft pretty easily as far as I know. We can just use the poppy that we are getting from the iron farm to make a thing of red wool. So let us make that first. We need this market block. So we're going to need some string, once again, to make some wool. Let's go in here. We have our white wool. And then if we go in here and we grab our poppy, which is in one of these chests. I don't know which one, but it's in one of them. Or did I throw it in here by accident? I threw it in my ore chest. Nice job, me. Really keeping organized. Just like that, we have red wool. And like I said, this is a pretty easy recipe. The rest is just some planks and some logs. So pretty simple. And like I said, I really need to fix this. This is becoming a very large problem. This is so much stuff that I am constantly running out of ways to do things in here, and it's getting a little dirty. So if we just do it like that, we do this, and we do that. That gives us a market, which is excellent. We need this, and if I place it right next to my farm, just give it a second. We have our salesman. Hello there. Don't worry about your friends. Don't worry about them. They're perfectly fine. So we can buy aloe in here. It only costs 1 emerald, so this is really, really simple stuff. Obviously, this is pretty quick things that we can do. We just need to make a hoe really fast, which we can actually take a few of these iron blocks, break them down. We'll make a hoe quickly. So let's make this real fast. Beautiful. Also, I just realized I think my music's off. It is off. I was like, why is there no music this entire episode? I haven't heard a single Minecraft song come on. Where's my music at? Okay, so we have our iron hoe. Now we just need to get maybe like 5 emeralds. That's actually kind of perfect. We'll grab those, and then we will make this really fast. And then we just need some bones, so we can make some bone meal. I think 12 should suffice. Let's craft a bone meal. And now we go buy our aloe. We make some aloe. And we make some slime balls. And then we're pretty much good to go. See, everything kind of works in unison in a weird way, which is very, very, very fitting. Actually, is there any dirt down here? That's a great question. I have no idea if there's dirt down here. I know there's dirt above. Do I have any dirt? I do. Okay, good. No idea if I did. Let's just do this really fast. Boom. It's growing. And let's just get a bunch of aloe. Look at that. And we're done. Perfect Easy. Nailed it. Done. We have 55 aloe, which means in turn, we are going to get 18 slime balls, which means we can now make our glue. Now, the other thing that we're going to need, funny enough, is we're going to need a hammer because a lot of these recipes that we're about to make require usually a crusher or some sort of other create machine. But luckily for us, with all these other mods in here, we get a little lucky. And we are able to make a lot of the other additional stuff without needing to go too crazy, creating a billion different machines. So we're going to need these ore hammers to make some sheets. Now, I believe the recipe is just like this. Okay, maybe not. Maybe it's not like that. Oh, it's like that. Okay. We'll get to making the plates when we need to make the plates. We'll get there when we get there. Let's do one step at a time and slow it down a bit. Another thing we're going to need is brass because we need deployers, which is from Create. And luckily, again, for us, they've made it way easier to obtain than it usually is. Usually, brass you can only get by doing other specific stuff. I'm not going to get too heavily into the detail of it because we're going to get into it anyways. But brass is usually kind of a pain in the ass. So the fact that we can make it this early without too much difficulty is kind of wild to me. It's not usually an easy item to obtain. So for us, the fact that it's so easy to craft makes our lives a hell of a lot easier. So let's actually, you know what? Let's make the glue. The glue is just 2 of these. I believe in iron plate, I think it's an iron plate, and an iron nugget, which I believe we have. Yes, we do. All right. Let us create these 2 things, and then I believe it's like this, and there is our glue. So this bad boy is gonna be glorious. This is gonna help us a lot with what we're gonna make. And honestly, should set us pretty well for the rest of the episode with what we're going to be building. Now, I know I know exactly where I'm going to be building. Don't mind me. My throat's all messed up because this is me recording first thing in the morning. My body's not used to recording so early. So we need brass ingots to make some deployers, which I believe we need to make brass plates for. Yes, we need 4 brass plates. And we need to make an andesite alloy. Now, andesite alloy is also another pretty easy item we can make. It's just andesite and iron nuggets. Very, very simple. Not too crazy. And we can probably make a lot of them right now, funny enough. We should probably make as much as we can. Let's grab, like, 2 stacks. Like so. And then let's do that. And that's 32 andesite alloys. Now, andesite alloys are used for basically everything in Create. It's kind of crazy how much stuff it's used for. And I'm no expert on Create, so anything I say, take with a grain of salt. I am no expert. I just know what I know, and if that is wrong, sorry. Whoopsies, my bad. So we're probably going to need a few of these, so let me do these now. I believe we need to strip them, right? So we need to strip them first, and then we can apply them like so, and then we get andesite casings. Now these we need for a few of the items that are going to be in this create build of mine. I know, look at me being actually smart and productive in an episode. It's because we're actually doing a mod I kind of understand. So we're going to need a mechanical bearing, which is an andesite casing, a shaft, and just any type of slab, and shafts are made from 2 andesite alloys. Very, very simple, like I said. The andesite alloys kind of work toe-in-toe with a lot of stuff we're going to need. So this should not be too overcomplicated for my brain to function. So let's get that, let's get our shaft, and let's get our andesite casing. Now, I could really heavily explain every little thing that I'm doing. I'm not going to go too heavily into detail just because this is a lot and I want to get this done. But if you ever want to look up Create, believe me, there are billions and billions and billions of videos for you to understand what I'm doing. I'm telling you right now. There are so many videos, and we are making the most basic type of charcoal farm. We're going hella basic. We're not using portables just yet. We're going real simple just to get it functioning. So next up, we're going to need our saws, which we're going to need at least 3 for right now. I'm not going to go too crazy with these, but we're going to need 3. And luckily enough, we made 3 andesite casings. So let's grab our beautiful little hammer. I'm so grateful for these hammers, by the way. If we did not have these hammers and we did not have those extra recipes to make brass, this would be way harder than you would ever believe. Just make 14. Beautiful. All right. And then we should make our saws, which are as follows. Boom. I don't know if we're going to get through the create tree a lot today, just because a lot of this stuff I'm making is, like, probably way later in the quest tree. I'm going to assume it's way later, because we're skipping a lot of steps. There's a lot of steps that we are currently skipping that the create mod is probably like, what the hell are you doing? See? Like, oh yeah, we didn't even, like, check. We didn't even make a wrench yet. Oh, we have to check it. Oh, I see. Look at that. Ah, look at this. There we go. Now we're getting there. Now we're getting somewhere. See, like, we need to make the mechanical press, and that makes, you know, all this other extra stuff. And, like, brass is way later down the line. But luckily for us, like I said, we have a few things. And I don't have to create a wrench now, which is awesome, because wrenches are used for a lot of stuff in Create. So the fact that I got this for free makes me really happy. So let's review some stuff we've got here. We've got a mechanical bearing. We've got our saw. What's next? Well, the next thing we're going to need is a way to power this. And a way to power this is going to be the water wheel. We're going real simple. Like I said, we're not going too crazy. We're just going to get everything to work. Water wheel is really easy. Just 8 planks with a shaft. Get these rotten flesh out of here. Let's go. Bada boom, bada bing. We've got our water wheel. And I do know a place where we're going to build this. So let's kind of finish up the rest of what we need. And then probably start doing what we need to do. And I'm going to get about 20 of these to go. Thank you. All right. So we need all these brass plates to make these little lovely guys right here. We need brass hands, and brass hands are used to make deployers. Deployers are used to basically plant our seeds, which are going to be saplings this time around. If you want to make any other farms with this same method, you definitely can, just as an FYI. Just change out my saw for the mechanical plow, I think it's called. Yeah. No, sorry, mechanical harvester, my bad. And we also need an electron tube, which we'll get to that in a second. Let's just build these hands first. And then we'll get to the rose quart thingy. All right, so let's make these. We've got 5 of them. We're probably not gonna need 5. I think just 3 is fine. Like I said, we're not going too insane with this beginning farm. We're gonna start off simple, and if we want to expand it down the line, we can. So we need a brass hand, andesite casing again, and an electron tube. Electron tubes are made from polished rose quartz, which is from rose quartz, which you can only make with nether quartz and redstone. So, as you noticed at the beginning of the episode, I kind of stole some block of quartz. It's because I knew I was going to do this. So instead of me going to the nether and wasting everyone's precious time, I could just do that instead. Working smarter and harder. All right, where is our redstone? Let's grab that. And we're going to need how many of these? I think 3. Yeah, we're going to need 3 for each deployer. So luckily for us, we have actually enough redstone. I didn't check that. Funny enough, definitely something I should have checked. But luckily for us, we have enough. So that's good. I got a little nervous there. Didn't realize I had that little redstone. I thought I had way, way more. So very happy that I'm good to go on that front. My inventory is going to be a little messy for a bit, but don't worry. That's fine. So next thing we need to make is sandpaper, because sandpaper is used on these rose quartz. This should be pretty simple to make. It's just sand and paper. Very, very simple. I think I might have some sand. If I don't, I could just grab some. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. I don't think there'd be sand down here, but I could definitely go up top and grab some really quick. And then we just need paper, which we can make from sugarcane, which I know for a fact we have. Yes, we do. Get in there. Okay. Let's go grab ourselves some sand. We could... This poor village is being absolutely robbed by me. Not only did I steal their people, I'm also just stealing anything nearby. Hello, horses. All right, let's grab some sand. We just need one. Beautiful. All right, let's craft this real fast by using our backpack. Because I keep forgetting I have this in here. I don't know why my brain keeps forgetting I have this. And then we have sandpaper. And sandpaper is put in our left hand. And then we take our rose quartz out. And we do the simple rubby, 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 rub. Rubby, 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 rub. Rubby, 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 rub. And we have ourselves the item that we need. And then we can make our electron tubes. We can make our deployers. And I think I'm just going to kind of craft the rest of the stuff. And then once I have everything set up, we'll get building. This biome is without its danger, I've noticed. That's for damn sure. But welcome back. I believe I've crafted everything I need. As far as I can tell, I think I have everything. I might be wrong, so if I'm wrong, whoopsies. But I think I have everything. So, now the real question is, where do we build this sucker? And I think I'm going to build it right up here. I built this little spot earlier. You might have seen this actually dug out, like, right at the beginning of the episode. Because I thought about this off camera. But if we go up here... If I could, there we go, get my fast swim. Boom, made a little platform. I'm thinking we build the farm right here. Because if this becomes a very, very highly producing farm at some point, I actually want to have this be connected through some chutes that will then go through the bottom of this mountain into our base. So, yeah, just, you know, penny for your thoughts. And we're actually going to be using the witch hazel logs. I don't know if this is going to be a permanent thing because I'm not a big fan of green, in case people did not know. I'm not the biggest fan. But for now, I'm okay with it because the logs do look pretty sick, and I did see what they look like trimmed, so that's fine by me. So I think we're going to build it like right here, and we're going to build up. Okay. And then I think if we actually go one more down right here, should be fine. Now, obviously, this water wheel isn't going to work on its own. It's kind of just, like, stuck, as you can see. And that's okay. We're going to build it inside of a little case. Just to make sure that this thing is functioning the way I want it to. Like so. And then if we go like this... This should be good to go, in a sense. Actually, I meant to build this out one more, I just realized. Like that. Yeah, there we go. And then if I just kind of, like, fill this in really quick, and then I get rid of all the water in here, this should work perfectly fine. Okay. See, as you can see, the water is getting all messed up. And that's okay. We actually want that. So, if we break that, now it turns. So this is what we wanted. We wanted this to turn. So this is basically our center. So this is where our mechanical bearing is going to go. That's facing the wrong way. But that's okay. We have a wrench, which means we can get rid of it, and we could place it again. So this is where our mechanical bearing is going to go. This sucker basically turns this whole contraption. So now what we're going to do is we're going to cover this up with glass so that way this water wheel doesn't get messed up. Oh, we're out of glass. Damn. That's fine. That's okay. That's a problem I'll worry about later. It's not a big deal right now. But even so, it's there. It's working. So let's actually break this glass and let's replace it with dirt for right now because we're going to need dirt anyways. So let's get through here. Let's build out the little corners of this. Like I said, this is going to be the poor's man way of making this. There's billions and billions of ways to make this way better than how I'm building it, obviously. But this is how I know how to build it, based off of memory. This is not me looking up a tutorial. This is just me remembering how to do this. So it's going to be a little ugly. As you guys know, I'm not a builder, but I'm efficient, okay? And if that's okay with you, it's okay with me. So, let us just make sure that our water wheel will not get submerged in water. Good. All right. That is good. All right, now we just need to build this sucker out a little bit more. All right, and after making our little bit of a platform, I believe hopefully I did this right. I'm really praying I did this correctly. Because like I said, it's been a while since I've done this. So hopefully I'm doing this all right. I made a little trapdoor here so that we could test it. So as you can tell, if we just get rid of this like witch log in our inventory, we right click this and this will start turning. It'll just start rotating. But as you can tell, it's not connected to anything. That's where the glue comes in. So if we right click here and we grab all this and we grab that together, then we smack this, now it's gonna start turning. Look at that, ain't that fancy? So it's gonna be going this way, which means we're gonna have to put all of our stuff on this side, which means we're gonna put our 3 mechanical saws. Boom. Gib. Boom, boom, boom. It's always gonna make it difficult. And then we put our deployers right here, and we could just rotate these around. That's not a big deal. See, they're facing that way. They're like, yeah, we're gonna go this way. Nope, I need you to go down. So, actually, you know what? While we have this, I'm gonna put the filters on them. 1, 2, 3. So basically, this is gonna tell the deployers, hey, I want you to plant these saplings. And you're gonna plant them down below. And as far as I remember, I think I'm doing this correctly. I think I need to leave a space here so I can put our chests. Now, I usually put them here, but with this one specifically, I'm actually going to place them here. Even though we won't be able to access it right now, I'm going to place it here. And the only reason is because eventually we're going to set up a bunch of other stuff with this, and these chests are absolutely huge. I mean, look how big these things are. And this we can turn into a double. So, actually, you know what? For right now, let's just do 1. I keep changing my mind on things. But now we need to connect all this to the machine. So if we, again, right-click with our glue, we can now connect that. And if we connect all this, we can connect that. And now everything should work in unison, I pray. And we gotta put our saplings in here so that way they plant. And we just need to swap these bad boys around. If you wanna... Oh, you're not gonna move, are you? Oh, okay. Okay, you're gonna be a stubborn guy. I didn't know you were gonna be like that. All right, let's do it like that. And then if I right-click you, will you rotate around? There you go, that's what I wanted. I want you facing down. Not up, but down. And I need to put my little filters on again. Dang it. Not my filters. Not again. Zombie. Oh, is it nighttime? It's nighttime. I didn't notice. Goodbye, friend. I didn't notice in these passing times that it was nighttime. All right, let's put that there. Bada bing, bada boom. Please turn around. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, cool. I think we did it. As far as I know, I did everything correct. I pray. All right. Moment of truth. The moment I turn this on, will it operate and will it work correctly? Also, this is technically facing the wrong way. There we go. Zombie, piss off. I'm trying to test my machines. Get out of here. I'm no expert, okay? Leave me alone. Stop judging. Stop judging me. Okay. And moment of truth. Will you plant? You're not planting. Now, why aren't you planting? Is it because the chest isn't connected correctly? That could be why. Or do I have the saplings in my inventory? No, I don't have the inventory. Okay. All right, we can troubleshoot. Come watch out for those blades. Because those will hurt a lot. All right, troubleshooting time. Why aren't you going in? Is it because this is a modded chest? That's going to sound like a weird thing, but could be the problem. Can you piss off? I'm just trying to build. Get out of here. Stupid locals. Oh, God. I'm falling in the water. That could be why. I don't think that would be the reason. But it might be. Why did you not go into my deployer? Let me build you here. Let me break this. Put the saplings in here. And then let's see if it works that way. If it works that way, that's fine for now. But I'm just curious. why it didn't transfer the saplings. Ow, I also just got hit by the saw blade. See? Contraptions are dangerous. Ugh. Why are you not placing the seeds down? I think it might have to do with it that it's a modded chest, as weird as that sounds. I'm very curious if that's why. Let me break you really fast. Let me make a regular chest. I think if I just use the witch hazel blocks, it'll give me a regular chest. Yeah, there we go. I'm curious if that's the reason. I don't think it would be the reason, but it could be. And that's the reason. Okay. Didn't think that that would be a problem, but here we are. Wow. Okay. Really did not think that that was going to be the issue, but that apparently was the issue. It was a modded chest. Huh. But yeah, like I said, this is a really basic, really simple farm. And as time goes on, this will just, you know, saw up the saplings here. And also, this entire area right here is completely untouched, so I could probably just fill this in with a bunch of the hazelwood if I'm really feeling myself, and I want to do that now. I'm not going to because the saw blades are evil and they hurt. But that's how it works. And then over time, we're just going to start slowly obtaining wood. And this should operate... Ooh. This should operate... I've made this in a dangerous spot. This should operate in the area of where I'm at. So, obviously, I'm down there. I think this should stay loaded in if I'm down there. Because we're in the chunk, technically, right? It would make sense to me. So this should operate the way I want it to. And as long as I don't accidentally kill myself with the blades, we should be good to go. Oh, there's a baby zombie. I hate baby zombies. Ugh. All right. Let's actually head downstairs. Let's grab some bone meal, and then I can actually show you how this works. All right, so one thing I've noticed about my design is not that the design is wrong, but the amount of zombies that spawn around here is kind of crazy at night. I did sleep, though, thankfully, so hopefully that should leave us alone a bit. But once this runs around really quick, I'm just going to bone meal a couple of these trees. Well, if I can. I can't really reach. There we go. And then, as you can see, the saws will rip through the trees ever so slowly. It's going to have to come around again to break the other one. Come on. Or not. Or not. Why are you not breaking that one specifically? Oh, is it because of where the chest is? Oh, interesting. I might need to make another saw. Right there. That's fine. I can make another one. That's not a big deal. I can do that off camera. So I can make another saw, and then I can put the chest on that piece. But if we circle around here in just a moment, once it comes around, and I don't get sliced, as you can see, there's wood in there. And this is going to kind of be our little log farm. And like I said, over time, this will start to grow and like really start to like prosper as time goes on. But I definitely am going to need to make another saw. That's a flaw on my part. But anytime it goes around, it'll just plant any saplings it gets, and it'll hold onto the logs and sticks and the fruit and all that stuff. And then eventually I can kind of filter this and, you know, sort this out, and I can make this more efficient. For right now, this is the most basic of basic types that I could build. I'm going to have to pause it and, you know, make another saw blade and put that on there and move the chest over and all that stuff. But for right now, it's good enough for me. I'll take it. This is a W. So we got 2 farms done today. We got an iron farm done today, and we got this kind of makeshift oak farm. Yeah. It's a little ghetto, but, you know, we figured it out. But that is going to be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, even with all the ugly chaos that has transpired throughout this episode. I hope you all did enjoy. And next time, maybe we start working on our ski lift. Maybe we start working on something else. Maybe we go dungeoneering. There is a dungeon underneath. And we still have a woodland mansion in the distance, as you can see on our map. And we still have the trial chamber to do, too. So we have lots of stuff to do. It's just figuring out what to do in what order. But for right now, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. And if you liked it, make sure to like and subscribe for more. That'll be it for me. I hope you all enjoyed. And I will see you all later. Bye. Last thing before it ends. Before he says bye, I forgot to show you the iron farm. Oh, we cooking. Oh, we cooking hard. All right. Now goodbye. Get out of here. Bye!